Welcome back to MLG Classics Best of the Best. We just finished 3/4 of the initial bracket. The round of 32 is closing to an end. We've got 8 more games ahead of us. Let's check out those last 8. In the last fourth of the bracket here, we've got some great ones, of course. We just saw an amazing Idra vs. MC game, 6-hitter series, where MC won 4 in a row. We're going to start out taking a look at the first 2 games back from the pool play of MLG Columbus in 2011 and look at how Idra took those one of those first 2 maps. We've got a lot of newer games in here as well, an amazing Flash vs. Innovation set, MC vs. Life, Linux vs. Innovation, all these amazing games from Dallas 2013 to Winter Championships. But let's just jump right into our first match, Idra versus MC. This is where Idra actually wins ones. An amazing, amazing match on Xel'Naga Caverns.
Through all of that, the timing was just perfect, and it looks like we're going to the next game, guys.
That's right. For any of you who've just tuned in, or for any of you who have been tuning in, we just finished Game 1 of Idra MC, and now it's Game 2, the second game of MLG Columbus. And again, just to remind you, my brother Tasteless and his nerd life mate Artosis are casting the blue stream, where there is currently going on MMA
versus Kiwikaki.
So we have OGS MC in the bottom left position. He chose this map. He is the lower seeded blue Protoss. And we have the MLG previous champion, e.g. Idra, as the red Zerg in the top right.
Now Xel'Naga Caverns, the pick here for MC, map that, you know, I think that no player dislikes this map at all. MC, we've seen some great victories out of this guy on this map, and so it seems to be a logical choice here as we enter into game number 2. And, you know, I just want to say it really was quite the amazing play from Idra in the last game. I think this is exactly the style of play that he's been trying to talk about, he's been working towards.
Yeah, I mean, just it's one of those styles that solves so many of the previous problems that so many Zergs had, but with that still usual, the kiss of Idra, I would call it, that Idra touch, where he has literally no units and 1,000 drones, and then suddenly has 1,000 units. And if you try to attack him, he just barely has enough. Both the units he made can hold off insane-sized pushes. And interestingly, we see Idra doing that very typical gas pool and sending true drones early to try to pick off this probe.
Yeah, you know, I wonder when we're going to see the kiss of MC. You know, we're talking about a player who has won 2 GSL Code S finals. He's certainly regarded as one of the most deadly Protosses on the planet. And, you know, I don't know if that was the wake-up game for MC, but I certainly expect the monster to come out in this matchup day. We've got, of course, the probe and drone dance going on here. Idra just waiting for that 300. Is enough for a pylon, but I think that this drone is going to go ahead and get it down. No problem, and there we go. Meanwhile, back at the base, we have the cybernetics core going down. We've got a Zealot and a second Zealot actually coming out first. Is he hiding this one?
He's going to hide a Zealot. Oh my gosh, MC, you're such a sneaky, sly raccoon. OGS MC saw the way that Idra plays. Idra's going to make 2 Zerglings. He's going to go right on back to the drone production. So that means Idra is embracing a vulnerable state early game to try to power those drones, and it looks like, oh my gosh, he's not going to see either of these Zealots. Oh my God, so close. There's the Zealot popping out again. And we're going to see MC do a 3 Zealot 2 Stalker push early. The assimilator timing on OGS MC is impeccable as well. Idra unlikely to have clicked on this assimilator to see how much gas had been mined, and we now are seeing a 3 Zealot push come out so quickly, and if a Stalker is thrown into that mix, Idra could very well take massive damage right at the start of this game.
Now the probe did a remarkable job. It's being chased by 2 Zerglings, but he took him in the opposite direction. Somehow the Zealots have completely avoided the Overlords going through the middle of the map, and this is going to be a ridiculous surprise, and not the kind that you want, the kind that's like, surprise, someone threw an egg at your car. Not the surprise. It's your birthday. So here come the Zealots, and the hatchery's done. The drones come out, and they're like, probably not a good idea that we're out here.
And it looks like Idra just now starting to make Zerglings, but wow, has no larva added to his main hatch, was instead joining them together with Creep Tumors. We're seeing that hatch already drop down to half health. An amazing mind game by OGS MC, all relying on the fact that how large and spread out the scout patterns are on Xel'Naga Caverns. MC doesn't even care. He is just remicroing around this hatch. It's down to 200 hit points, 175, and now MC's going to engage in battle. Idra is defending by the skin of his teeth.
He does have a few more lings coming down here. Queen is starting to get down to about half health. One of the Zealots is going to fall. We've got the hatchery at 179 points of health, and there's, oh my god, these Zealots are so almost dead. Free hit points on one, and he does it!
Wow. Incredible play. Idra just saying, it's easy, I'll just defend with no units. It won't be a big deal, and now Idra with a brilliant counter-offensive plan. He's getting the Roach Horn. Look at the gas count. It's over 200. That means he can save up, throw out 8 Roaches, pull everything off gas, and do a Speedling Roach push at the expansion on Xel'Naga Caverns. Very hard to hold off anyways, even harder to hold off once you've thrown away those early 3 Zealots. MC is in a very, very tight spot.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was a very smart way for MC to start off, reading Idra and saying, this is how I'm going to go about it. Now, after that battle, the Lings, who are now taking out these rocks here at the gold, did move down here, saw the amount of sentries that he had, saw that the Nexus and the pylon were going down, so is certainly aware of where MC is going to go from here. He's just now got some drones on that hatchery, but, you know, I'd be willing to guess that that's going to be a big target throughout this game. I mean, it's got 191 hit points right now. It will slowly regenerate, but there could be an opportunity for it to go down. However, with these Roaches coming out, this is the offensive you were talking about.
Yep, this is the money push that so many Zergs are starting to only open with. A huge Roach Zergling swarm at the start of the game, and in a moment, Idra's going to go back to making just drones, but for the time being, MC is going to be in a very, very dangerous position. He's going to have perfect force fields with these sentries. He's trying to move these to the backside. He's got to be really careful. The Roaches and Zerglings are starting to rally up and gather at the front, and this means that MC has to defend this with perfect force fields.
Oh no, the Lings are going to come in from one side. No. These sentries are going to get trapped. They meet up with the Roaches too. The force fields do go down, but most of the sentries have fallen. Now it's just going to be 2 Stalkers, 2 sentries. So more Stalkers are coming in here. A few Roaches are going to get trapped here, but Idra actually comes out, stealing a lot of gas there with the death of those sentries. Another one goes down. The Lings are going to possibly try to go for the last sentry, and it looks like it is going to go down as well, as MC is taking some big losses here.
And it looks like Idra continuing to rally. No extra drones have been made, just Zerglings and Roaches. This could be an incredible fast win from Idra, but if he overcommits to this attack and MC does hold, then we will see the makings of a comeback by Protoss. We're seeing Idra starting to lose a lot of Roaches. I cannot believe it. MC is going to defend this attack after losing 8 full sentries.
Yeah, that is, I mean, we still got a ton of units coming down, a lot of Lings, a few Roaches, but I wonder if he really wants to commit these units in here. The Lings are going to get in there anyway, possibly try to take out one more sentry, but there's too much damage being dealt out there by MC's army. And although, you know, just taking a look, he's ahead. So even after that, still ahead on the Harvester count, despite losing a few probes and having to use them to engage in battle. And he's looking really good, despite the fact that he did lose all those early sentries.
I mean, I thought that was game the instant those sentries got caught off guard, but MC doing a lot of chrono boost on those gateways, now getting Hallucinate to check out what's going down in Idra Town, and it looks like Idra is actually smartly using those extra units to gather himself a gold that could be his one saving grace at this moment. Right now, Idra is quite far behind after that attack because of how many units he ended up losing without actually killing off that many probes. But if Idra can make up for that by taking a gold, something that is very, very difficult to do ordinarily, then he could swing back with that superior economy. In the meantime, we're seeing it looks like MC is just massing up for a mid-game gateway-only push.
Yeah, we do have some Lings in the back hallway. We have the Hallucinated Phoenix moving out. Yep, he'll spot that gold going down there as well. And I'll see the Roaches taking away the rocks at the 3rd. He's going to peek in here. Sees also the Evo chamber going down. Oh, and MC is going to respond to that gold going down by moving his units up the left side of the map. He's just going to go right in and attack while the Lings are running it through the back.
Looks like the push is going to be able to take this hatch down, but at what cost? We're seeing Idra now target firing this Nexus, going to have to pull that back momentarily. The hatch does get canceled. The push is making its way up. Idra throwing down some emergency spine crawlers. There's the pylon for the close warp in. Roach is getting snapped off by some really nice force field. Zerglings now wandering up into the main probe, still gathering around, following those Idra, trying to make as many roaches as he can to keep this push from ending the game. Spine crawlers getting very close up, finishing at this point. Force field's getting thrown down. The Lynx finally die, and it looks like Idra might barely defend.
Yeah, here go the Spine Crawlers. They are up now, beating away at some of these zealots. More roaches are coming out. He's going to move Spine Crawlers forward. He's taken out quite a few sentries again. The force fields are beginning to deplete just a little bit. More roaches are coming out. There's a ton of hurt stalkers, and they are going to quickly go down. Now, this reinforcing pylon may actually be killed. One of the Spine Crawlers in range of that, and one more Overlord does go down, but Idris will try to push this forward and keep MC back.
And it looks like MC now having to rebuild a good amount of probes. And Idra, I can't believe he's still alive. Insane aggressive game going on by both of these players. Full retreat by MC. That counterattack with Zerglings did some remarkable damage to OGS MC. Even in worker counts right now, Idra going to lose one more Overlords and be put into the red. But these players are within a few food of each other.
Yeah, they are. 83, 86 as Idra goes down with the loss of that Overlord right there. Just taking a look at the worker count, it does look like, no, MC is still in the lead. Idra's going to try to put this gold down yet again. Send a couple of Lings out to scout the towers. That attack through the back while MC was making an aggressive push really helped things. And now, of course, he's got these extra Spine Crawlers, so he's going to try to reinforce this middle and make it much tougher for the Protoss to break through.
We see nothing but roaches getting produced by Idra right now, getting that speed upgrade for the Overlords. It's going to let him spot around the map quite a bit, but in addition to that, he can get the easy ventral sack upgrade and begin doing some of those aggressive drops yet again. There's the Evo chamber going down now for Idra, letting him get yet some more upgrades. We see that these roaches currently 0-0 don't actually have any extra boost. Same with MC, but always keep in mind that Protoss, thanks to that chrono boost, can easily catch up in upgrades, or in this case, sprint way far ahead.
Roaches now moving forward, splitting off just a little bit. I'm not sure what Idra has in mind here. Burrow is about ready to complete, and Tunneling Claws is on the way, but to get caught with a bunch of force fields would be really bad. So Idra just poking forward. Looks like he is going to move back. Oh no, he moved a few roaches, think he was going to try to burrow those and maybe get them through, but they will split off. Idra really wants to get them down. He might send them around through the back. MC will clear out the towers. And what is he going to do with those roaches? We'll have to keep an eye on those.
Look how active these Spine Crawlers have been. Just great constant replacement going on. And at this point, MC may very well be going for a push, but largely just trying to secure the center area. MC really needs to start thinking about securing a third of his own. Idra's gold is kind of up and running, but if MC doesn't get a gold of his own running, he could be in trouble. We're seeing Idra do a counterattack, but I think this can be very dangerous. He could lose all these roaches, and suddenly MC could sprint forward with a big counter push.
Yeah, MC responded well.
Mutiny of the Stalkers.
He didn't like that pylon. Yes, so the roaches have gone around back. Now they have Tunneling Claws. There's going to be a couple of pylons put down here. Now he did force MC to move back, which did allow him to get out some more time to get out some more roaches. His +1 is about to finish. We're going to see a Queen go down. She'll get an emergency inject in there right as she gets taken down, and now he's going to wait to use these roaches. In fact, now we see Idra bringing that other army back. He possibly might try to swing around and get him through the back and sandwich this huge group right here. Is that what he's going to do? The force fields go out. Where's the burrow and the tunneling? There it is. And now roaches coming in through the back, but there might just be too many units here for MC.
We're seeing OGS MC do a very strong, meaty army, Stalkers, Immortals, and that's all. A couple roaches get caught off guard, but with that speed upgrade, they're quite nimble. So they just dart away through those destructible rocks and retreat, and really OGS MC needs to knock down this rock himself. He absolutely desperately needs himself a third base. A crazy aggressive game on what's typically viewed as a macro map. 2 base versus 2 base. Idra swarming in. MC not paying attention, losing massive amounts of Stalkers. Idra losing a ton of roaches to those force fields, but still sprinting it.
He's doing very well now as he starts to move forward. More Stalkers are coming down, but we have a few more warped in from the west side of the map. And it looks, oh, the Immortal has just hit here by MC. He's getting another Immortal out as well. Great thing to deal with the mass of roaches. Looks like Idra trying to get that gold back up, but is managing to hold on to the middle. Now with the tunneling claws, he'll get all of his roaches back to the green. But keep in mind, we do have this observer here. It is keeping a good eye on everything going on. Creep being spread all around. And where is Idra going to go from this? I'm not convinced he can win this by just building roaches. Oh, it looks like pathogen glands and the infestors are going to start coming out.
Great choice for Idra. OGS MC playing equally brilliantly, continuing to put pressure on. In these low base versus low base counts, we're always going to see the Protoss come out with a little bit of an edge, but Idra exploiting that creep to try to dart up and do damage to this Nexus, but MC almost done with Blink. Once that Blink finishes, that means that MC is going to have a much easier time defending. This Nexus needs to throw down a pylon very quickly to be able to support that with Warp Ends. Still doing a great job of covering with that vision, keeping an eye on what those roaches are up to, and look at this brilliant observer placement. These two players really are just absolute tip-top class.
And here we have more Overlords getting sniped here by MC. And you know what? 5 infestors and 9 more roaches were on the way. A lot of these units coming out and hitting the field. There we see the first infestor out. Of course, the longer that those are out, the more fungals that he can throw down. We are also seeing Neural Parasite come out, and getting a Neuro on one of these Immortals could just reverse the tides here a little bit. We'll have to see. Trying to move forward and snipe that pylon, but you know, I like how MC and Idra are both doing the dance. Not really overcommitting, respecting one another's skill and play here on Xel'Naga Caverns.
Now, this is a little bit deceiving. 181 food to 122. You see that Zerg has roaches, which what we call is a very food expensive unit. They cost 2 food, but hardly any minerals and gas. You can get a lot of them quickly, but you rarely want to be maxed with just roaches. It's considered one of those classic Zerg troubles in the mid game. So this means that MC is actually in a decent position, but still Idra has control, and especially with these infestors, we could see a brutal push by Idra once he hits that 200-200 count.
Yeah, 3 more infestors coming out, and you know, one thing that MC does not want to have happen is he doesn't want to get fungaled there in that choke, and the infestors definitely trying to get into some sort of configuration. Unfortunately, this observer has been the bane for Idra, whether he knows it or not. Oh! Beautiful blink to the snipe. 1, 2 goes down. We will see the Neural Parasite on that Immortal, but only temporarily, and a beautiful, beautiful response by MC.
Denied on all the Neural Parasites. Fungal Growth did limited damage. These Stalkers are all at essentially maximum health. But there's the push again. The Immortals get caught off guard. He blinks up. He tries to pick off the these guys, the infestors, but in the meantime, there's still a huge amount of units from OGS MC. We're seeing units burrowing underneath all of those force fields. MC trying to use blink control, trying to use those Immortals to get in a good position. The Immortals get taken out. Idra sprinting forward. An insane, aggressive game, but Idra appears to be coming up on top, and there's the good game.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
The first 2 games
the
at
Immortals,
MLG Columbus.
The Immortals, they were sitting right there. They were just asking to be Neural Parasited. They were just asking Idra, like, please take me over so I could kill all of my own Stalkers.
That was a really awesome game between MC and Idra. Earlier we saw how MC won 4 in a row. Now we just saw how good Idra can be when he took out that game with beautiful Neural Parasites. Now up against it after a short break will be Demuslim versus Sasquatch.